All right, guys, it is December 20th. Already, we are 5 days away from Christmas. I'm really excited. It was so funny. I was going to Costco today to go grocery shopping, and Matt was like, Matt, I said, I know what you want to get me for Christmas, and there's a coupon on the counter or whatever if you want to use it. He's like, oh, I already have your Christmas gifts. They're wrapped in my car and everything. I have them already. I was like, wait, what? Like, I have nothing for him for Christmas, guys. I have nothing because I have no time to get out of the house to do anything. But so I went to Costco by myself today, and then I was like, all right, I have time. I can like go hit a couple stores really quickly. And then of course I'm like checking out at like Kohl's, and he calls and is like, when are you coming home? The baby needs fed. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do anything without being a food source for Harrison. But the holidays are crazy. And I'm sure you guys have noticed that with talking to people. Making sure, trying to get people to close the sale is really tricky this time of year, but it's so important, guys, to put those feelers out there and make sure you're talking, people holding conversations. I have an entire list of people who have said after the holidays or who have said at the new year. I have them all on a separate piece of paper. I have messaged all of them and said, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas and a blessed holiday season. Just to make sure I put that connection out there. I mean it too. I want people to have a Merry Christmas and a blessed holiday season, of course. But whenever you make a connection with somebody and whenever somebody decides to work with a Beachbody coach, they don't necessarily go with the coach who they have the best relationship with overall. They go with the coach who they have the best relationship with at that time. Okay? So think about like your very best friend, whether they're working with you in a challenge group or not. It's not guaranteed that they'll come work with you in a challenge group, because think about it. Do you talk to your very, very best friend about Beachbody all the time? No. You probably talk about your life and general things, but let's say they're in contact with a Beachbody coach who's just talking to them about Beachbody stuff, being involved in their life. Who are they more likely going to go with? Probably that person who's just present in their life. I know my best friends from high school and I were very close still. They live in Pittsburgh. We talk maybe once every 3-4 weeks, where if there's another coach who's in contact with them every other day, every few days, do you see how they're more likely to go with maybe the coach who they have the best connection with at that time? So it's really important to make sure you're keeping those communication waves open as you're talking to people. So if you have people who said that they were going to wait until after Christmas, after the new year, I highly encourage you get in contact with them and just drop them a message and say, hey, thinking of you, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I really encourage you to do that. And just to be, that voice that they hear and that they see. And that way, whenever you send them that follow-up message in between Christmas and New Year's to say, hey, my challenge group's kicking off on the 4th, they're going to say, yeah, let's do it. And it's not going to be, oh, this person only wants me to join their challenge group. They don't care about me as a person. You see the importance of that, to make sure you're present in their life in other ways besides Beachbody. I've had several people, it's been a very slow month for me. I'm first to admit that, but I've been very consistent at building relationships with people and making sure that I message them and I'm present in their life. And it's paying off. I'm making sure that I'm being consistent on my Facebook wall with my workouts, with my routine, my meal plans, and people are messaging me and they're saying, hey, I want more information on this. If you're consistent, that consistency over time, you can't do one post and expect everybody to come to you. Consistency over time is what makes it happen. Okay. So that's what I want you guys to remember in these next few weeks. Going into the week with Christmas, enjoy your holiday with your family, guys. It's so important. But please make sure you keep your presence up on social media. It's so easy to snap a picture and post it on Facebook. Definitely unplug for the day, but keep that presence up on social media for sure. Show people that you're still there so they don't forget about you. That's pretty much what it boils down to. So tonight on our call, we're going to be talking about our second half of goal setting. And it's kind of like goal setting part 2, I guess you could say. I know we kind of planted the seed last week with goal setting and the importance of it. And this week we're going to take it a step farther and actually start talking about those goals, because I'm sure many of you from talking to last week on the call have already started to think about your 2016 goals and what you want. Maybe you even have them written down. And today we're going to take it a step farther and make them even more succinct and doable to make sure that you enter 2016 with a clear vision. Because even if you don't set goals for your business is still going to move forward. It will. if you're doing your vital behaviors. But what goals do, that goal, it is going to allow your business to have direction, and it's going to allow you to move your business farther, better, and faster because you have something that you're working toward. You're not just shooting from the hip. You are able to have a vision and you have direction to actually take your business to that next level because you're working toward a goal. You're working toward that push goal. So just a few announcements first before we get started. Just our December calendar. I do have a couple people interested in that December 28th group, so we're still going to keep that open. I know we have a couple people there, so that's an option. Whenever I talk to people right now, they're like, well, when's your next group starting? I say, I have one starting on the 28th. I have one starting on the 4th with those week of prep with goal setting and meal planning. Whichever one works best for you will work best for me, and we'll get you put in there. I give them the option of the two whenever I'm chatting with them. So that's just what I'm doing. We will be having that challenge group on the 4th. I haven't sat down and actually figured out our calendar for January yet. It's on the agenda to do. Matt's home for a break for a while, so I really want to have some set business hours every single day instead of just, you know, when the kids decide to magically sleep, which rarely happens these days. So I will get us our January calendar as soon as I can. I always like to do it on paper first. Know that in January coming up, I know I posted a part of this in our team page. I am doing just a 3-day refresh group on January 4th, 5 days long. They don't need Shakeology. They just need a 3-day refresh. I only sent this information out, though, to my current customers and my discount coaches. And here's why. I'm not going to put that out on social media because I want new people to purchase a challenge pack. I want them in a challenge group. Where that 3-day refresh group, the point of doing that, so day 1 will just be prep, 3 days of the refresh, and then a 5th day of reflection. The reason for doing that is because I reached out to my old discount coaches and my old customers, hoping that it builds my team volume and I cycle bonus more, hoping that it gets a couple of discount coaches who have gone inactive, active status again. Also, it helps me build my personal volume whenever I have customers purchase a 3-day refresh. So that is something to consider. I know that a few of you are messaging back and forth about asking, you know, I haven't gotten any bites on that yet. And know that my customer base is very large after doing this for 18 months, and I've gotten 7 responses back. So that's maybe only, if that, 5% of the number of emails that I sent back. So if you only have a customer base of 20 people, not too many people may, you know, respond back to it. If you get 1, that's great. Not everybody's going to want to take advantage of it. I will be sending out a follow-up email right after the holidays about that challenge group, or not challenge group, the 3-day refresh group, because it has a definitive start date on the 4th. And if they want the support of that group, they need the refresh by then. So they need to order by, you know, probably the 28th, 29th in order to get that refresh in time to be able to do it. So I will be sending out a follow-up email. When I draft that, I will share it with you guys to be able to send out. If you have questions about how to get and send out a bulk email, definitely let me know. Liesl, that's team-wide. I'll make sure that I put a document in there for that group. I'll add it to our January document when I get that made in our team page, and we can just put our people in there right like we do for a challenge group. And it'll be really easy. And for that curriculum, for that 5 days, the first day is literally just going to be prep. Like, let's figure out what you're going to do for the refresh, figure out what meals you're going to do, go get your groceries, figure out how you're going to do everything. We're also, then day 1, it's going to be, you know, because when you do the 3-day refresh, you have options with, like, you can also add in warm broth or a hot tea at this point. So those are the types of things I want to talk about. Like, day 1, are you feeling hungry? Do you have a headache? Maybe it's from caffeine withdrawal, sugar withdrawal. Day 2, you know, if you're feeling really hungry, have a cup of herbal tea, have a cup of broth, you know, those types of things. Just little things about the 3-day refresh. If you've never done the 3-day refresh, get one, do it. It's a great thing to have quick, great results with that you can share and that you can get people to do. People want to detox after the holidays. They want to lose that holiday fluff. So if you have a testimony that you can use, that is great to be able to have that testimony. So Oh, that's great, Liesl. You had one. I'm looking at questions here. You know what, Liesl? I'm not refreshing. Matt is, because I'm nursing. I can't do the refresh right now. Matt's going to do the refresh. And on those days, you are allowed to work out while you're doing the refresh. So, one of the days in the refresh group, we will pitch the 30-day free trial to Beachbody On Demand for them to go out and try the Beachbody On Demand products. The goal is to transition those people into a challenge group. That's the goal of that 3-day refresh group, of course. You can work out with it with hammer and chisel. I'm going to have to see how it goes because you're going to need protein while you do hammer and chisel. Those are 2 intensive workouts to only be on a vegan diet. So that's something you definitely have to play by ear, Liesl. And that's whenever it comes down to just listening to your body. And if anything, that refresh, regardless, is going to help you get rid of the bloat. It's going to help you get rid of all of those like bad and yucky cravings that you experience from over the holidays. So I would say if you want to do it right alongside of them, absolutely do it. I know I'm having Matt do it because, his is ordered. It's on the way to come because I can't do it while I'm nursing. So that's the one thing that's kind of stinky with my boat right now. One of the refresh days would be over our Thursday. Yes, one of the refresh days would be on your rest day, so that is something to consider in that. And don't feel like you have to do the refresh. I have done it in the past, so I have that experience to draw from. If you've done it in the past, I would say if you're doing like Liesl, I think you've done it before, just pull on your past experiences. Don't feel like you have to do it right alongside of them. If you aren't doing hammer and chisel, because hammer and chisel is really intense, I'm hungry when I'm on hammer and chisel some days. If you're not doing that, I highly encourage you to get a 3-day refresh and try it. With your coach discount, I think it's like $40 to get a 3-day refresh. And it's something that can definitely help your team volume and help your customer base because people want that quick fix right after the holidays. And the 3-day refresh it gives them that. Do we have any more questions about that 3-day refresh group before I kind of just keep moving on with our call? Okay, well, we will keep on going. We know what the November promotions are. Hit Success Club, you get the Sagi Kalev bobblehead. And yeah, Joy, because I know you're still nursing, Hayden, a couple days, times a day. Not while you're nursing. I've actually had to turn people away because they think they can do it nursing. I'm like, oh, you can't, maybe next time. You can do it after you're done nursing. Nursing moms, it's not too good for them. You're on like an 1,100 calorie diet a day, and it's low, and it's fine if you're not nursing, but if you're nursing, you need those calories for it for sure. Success Club incentives. I have received the hair ties. They're right here. I have ones for PiYo, Shakeology, Size, and just the regular like Team Beachbody ones. So if you have hit Success Club this month, go ahead and shoot me over a message. You can either have, I think I'm going to do 3 hair ties or 2 packets of E&E. I have the E&E packets right here as well. So shoot me over a message and let me know what you would like, and I'll try to get those in the mail this week whenever we get our Christmas cards out in the mail to make sure that you guys can get your cool stuff. So they look like really nice hair ties. They're the ones that don't leave the kink in your hair. So they're kind of cool. So definitely an incentive to hit Success Club. If you're sitting here and you're like, I have no Success Club points on the board, don't worry. You need to make sure you're still reaching out, connecting with people, and make sure you're being consistent. So if you don't have any Success Club points on the board, I want you to look back, or if you're having a hard time this month, look back at your past month, your last 4 weeks, and really self-evaluate and say, have I been consistent with my posts? Have I added value to people's lives? Have I been consistent with my vital behaviors? Have I been consistent with following up with people? Have I been consistent with my own journey, with my own health and fitness? If you can say yes to all of those things, know that it's going to happen. You may have to work a little harder. You may have to do more invites. You may have to follow up more. You may have to put more value on your Facebook wall. Okay? If you can really self-reflect and say, well, you know what? I've been slacking a lot. Then I want you to take that and I want you to use it to propel yourself forward and really dive in and know that it's not too late to hit Success Club. It's only the 20th of the month. There are 31 days in September. So use that to propel yourself forward and really, launch yourself into the new year with a bang. even if you don't hit Success Club in December, if you put in the work now, January will be great for you. And I love the call that I posted in our group from Bonnie Engel. If you have not had a chance to listen to that call, it was seriously amazing. And she said, you know, the big thing that resonated with me, and I know Lisa, it resonated with you too because you commented about it, is that champions are made when it's hard. And whenever it's hard, you have to push harder. And whenever it's easy, I mean, it's going to be easy to hit Success Club in January because you have the New Year's resolutioners. People want that change in January. It's whenever you hit Success Club when it's hard that you become a champion and it pushes you to a new level. So I really want you guys to know that you're totally capable of doing this and getting the job done. So really push yourselves to get it done. You have the tools. Make sure you're just executing them and using them the right way. Just a couple more announcements. Just make sure you're tracking your business, keeping track of everybody that you are talking to. That is so important, guys. Like I already told you about my list of everybody who I'm following up with at the new year. Make sure, you know, if you want to make a PicMonkey graphic for our challenge group on the 4th, get it done now so it's ready to go. I would suggest maybe having a couple graphics, and I would suggest also, you know, it does not necessarily have to be a big graphic like come join my challenge group with your picture and like all the things in PicMonkey. It can be a really basic picture of you. My best traffic sometimes on my all calls are pictures of me and my kids, or pictures of my family. Just pictures of me, you know, hanging around the house, you know, eating, drinking coffee. You know, those are the ones that get a lot of traffic. So don't feel like it has to be, you know, knock down, drag out, you know, PicMonkey picture. They're great, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't always have to be that way. So make sure you're tracking your business, make sure you're putting it out there, and make sure you're prepared. Make sure you're ready to go. Christmas is going to come. You're going to be busy. You're going to spend time with your family. You're going to be with your kids. And then the 26th is going to happen, and you want to be able to go full force in your business to get those after holiday people. So I suggest you have all your ducks in a row now. Prepare for it. Get your graphics done. Get your topics that you want to post about in your head and mapped out. Have your follow-up lists ready to go. You'll thank yourself, trust me. Okay, make sure you have all your links in order. Make sure you have everything ready to go for people to order. One other thing I wanted to share with you guys, the Summit keynote speaker was announced. Every year, Beachbody tries to bring in really great keynote speakers to Summit. Last year it was Simon Sinek. He does the Start With Why. So if you have not heard Simon Sinek, if you haven't heard his, or he wasn't the keynote speaker. The keynote speaker was DeWitt Jones last year, who was a National Geographic photographer, and he talked all about putting yourself in the place of highest potential. His speech at Summit was phenomenal. So if you have not had a chance to go back and listen to it, I really encourage you to. It's very, very moving. And the keynote speaker for this year is Gary Vaynerchuk, who is the author of Jab, 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 Right Hook. He has been, you know, the guest on the Chalene show a couple times, and Gary's a very no-nonsense kind of guy. It'll be an event where, you know, he'll probably need to be censored a little bit whenever he gives his keynote speech. He's pulls no punches, and he tells it how it is. So I am actually very excited to hear him speak at Summit. I know his book definitely changed how I ran my business and how I did my posts. So if you haven't read his book, Jab, 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 Right Hook, I highly encourage you to read it. It will definitely change how you run your social media. It is a fantastic book, and I'm excited to hear him speak. I wanted to make sure you guys knew that he was the speaker. Another couple announcements, some more info about the Pittsburgh Super Saturday. It's going to be a blackout. So they will be recognizing all of, I know, the premier elite Star Diamond coaches there at the event in January, and Carl Deichler will be there, and it's going to be a blackout. So if you're planning on coming, you can wear, you know, a lot of people ask, you know, well, what do I wear to this? What's the wardrobe? You will see people from all ends of the spectrum there. You're going to have people in workout clothes, and you're going to have, you know, Melanie Mitchell, who's being recognized as the top coach. She's probably going to be in a gown, okay? You're going to have the whole gamut of people wearing different things. If you want to participate with that blackout theme, it is wear all black workout clothes. So if you want to get dressed up, if you want to wear a little black dress, there will be changing rooms available that you can change for the live workout, and it'll be like a blackout with glow sticks and everything else crazy that they're doing for the live workout. So that's what's coming. We'll get to taste sample the cafe latte Shakeology at that Super Saturday. So that's pretty darn exciting. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm excited to see our team, some of you guys, and meet some of you guys finally as we get going to Pittsburgh Super Saturday. It'll be really, really great. And then Saturday morning is live training from some of the top coaches in the Dream Team. And we also will be having a celebration on Saturday evening to celebrate, you know, the Dream Team being the top team in the organization again. Now, Friday night and Saturday are open for all ranks, coach and above. Saturday evening is Emerald coach and above. So that's definitely an incentive to get to Emerald rank so that you can purchase a ticket. And if you have not already purchased your tickets, get them purchased. Even if you're thinking about going, purchase your ticket because you can always sell it. I guarantee you'll be able to sell it for people who didn't, you know, get the chance to get their ticket. Because they will sell out. They have 1,000 spots for Friday and Saturday, and then I think 400 for 400 or so for the Saturday night. Liesl, it is, I would say, cocktail attire. I think the theme is like sparkles and winter themed snowflakes. So people were going to be dressed up for it. So I would say definitely some sort of dress and heels for sure for Saturday night. And just, you know, your other ways to get Shakeology HD, or not Shakeology HD, just HD. You don't always have to get Shakeology every single month. Other announcements, we have lots of people getting their cash for Christmas. So I'm very proud of you guys. And I promise, you know, Lindsay Maloney, poor girl, she's, you know, waiting for her Shako Boost and everything else. It's coming, I promise. I just have to get to the post office. I put that off so much because I hate the post office. Because if you know anything about, you know, where Joy and I live, Joy lives in Puyallup too, it's raining this time of year. And the post office has lines out the door this time of year. And going with 2 kids is like an Olympic sport. So I try to plan it, and then one day my sitter came this week. Matt had to take the car because his car was acting up, so I was left without a car. So it will get there, I promise. Yeah, I'm going to make time on tomorrow, actually, because Matt's home on vacation, to get out to the post office and get all that stuff out to you guys. I promise it's coming. But keep going on that cash for Christmas. A lot of you guys are hitting it, which is wonderful, and that will run through the end of the year. So keep working toward that. Our leaderboard, guys, I'm really proud of you guys. We have lots of people at Success Club, lots of people who are right there almost at Success Club, lots of people who are at Success Club since Thursday who just will be recognized next week on our leaderboard. And I'm really proud of you guys. You guys are rocking it. It is a slow time of year. December is the worst month for health and fitness businesses of any sort, and you guys are blowing it out of the water. So continue to keep doing it. Continue to have great success. Do your vital behaviors. Make sure you're following up. Make sure you're doing what you got to do. And you guys are going to be great. You're going to rock it. And I'm really proud of these numbers. I'm really proud of our team. I can't wait. You know, this week, if I have time, I want to crunch our numbers from our team at this time last year to our team now, just so you guys can see the growth of our team in just a year. Because it's a lot and it's great and it's something that we should definitely be proud of. I'm very proud of it, and I know you guys should be. I'm very proud of all of you. So keep going. The year is not over. December is not over. And I know we're going to have lots of names in the Success Club category next week too. So great job, guys. And we're going to end this year strong, and we're going to have a great 2016. So let's go right into our setting goals. If you noticed in our team page, I'm actually going to get rid of the PowerPoint for a second and go into our team page. In our team page, we have a couple things. I put a document here with goal setting, and just with directions. I gave a few times to sign up for a one-on-one call. I'm not going to hound you guys for a one-on-one call. That's your responsibility to go in there, pick a time. If a time doesn't work for you, let me know, and I'm flexible. I'll work with you, and we'll find a time that works for both of us. But I'm not going to hound you. I'm not going to hound you to set up a call, because if it's important to you to talk to me about your 2016 goals, you will make the time to sign up for it. You will make the time to get in touch with me. This is open for anybody on our team, whether you are my personally sponsored coach or not. It's open for anybody to sign up for a one-on-one call to talk about your 2016 goals. And yeah, I can't wait to hear about them. I think it's going to be awesome. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else here. Yes. Before our call, before our meeting, if you notice, the link is right here for all of you guys. It's the same Zoom link. So if you happen to hop on the call and the person before you is still on their one-on-one, just mute yourself, go back, do other stuff, whatever you got to do, and just let us finish our call, and then we'll transition right into yours. Before you come to your call, if you could all fill out this Google form, and it is this form right here. It kicks the information back to me, and it allows me to kind of get a feel for where you want to go in 2016 so that I know how to prepare for your call, so that I can help you, so I can help you with your goals. So if you go through here, they're just simple questions, but it's going to take you longer than just 5 minutes to fill out. That's why I'm giving you ample time to look at it before you sign up for your time. And I want you guys to really spend some time with this and really make your goals something that are worth fighting for in 2016. And we're going to talk about how to make them SMART goals. So evaluate and reflect, one, what your current level of satisfaction is. Think about what you've accomplished this year. Even if you've only been a coach for a couple months, think about what you've accomplished. Maybe you've been on your health and fitness journey for the entire year and you've only been a coach for a couple months. Tell me all of it. Think about your entire year, what you have accomplished. And then I also want to know, where did you fall short? Did you not meet some goals this year? Did you feel like you fell short in your vital behaviors? Did you feel like you fell short in your workouts? Tell me where you think you fell short. Then I want you to think about your goals, and I want you to think about, what gets you excited. This is what you want to have happen. This is like your big push goal, okay? What do you want to have happen? For me last year, it was I want to be an elite coach. I want to, be able to make X amount of money per month. Think about anything here. Don't hold back. I want you to think how this is going to help you, all right? Then I want you to think of making them a SMART goal. And we're going to talk more about what a SMART goal is, because this makes your goal, it takes that goal from a dream, from a wish, to an actual goal that has something that you can actually accomplish. We'll talk more about that in just a second. And then who's going to keep you accountable? Is it your spouse? Is it your significant other, your family or friend? This can be inside or outside of the business. I listened to a podcast from Chalene one time, and they're like, you need to have somebody in your life that when they notice you doing all the things but what you need to be doing to reach your goal, they're going to tell you, and that you're not going to get offended. So like she used the example, I'll use this too because this is totally me. When I'm procrastinating something, it's been like this from the time I was little. If I had, in college, if I had to write a paper that I just wasn't motivated to write, I would clean my dorm room. I would all of a sudden be like organizing my food cupboard underneath my dorm bed. I would be organizing my closet, making sure my shoes were like color coordinated, like ridiculous things, because I would just put off what I had to do. Now it's the same thing as I'm living in my house. Matt's like, you're cleaning like really weird things. You're like organizing the pantry. You're like organizing the pots and pans cupboard. Like, what are you putting off? What's going on? So he's my person who's like, you need to get back to work on whatever you need to do. But Matt's not here a lot. He's in the field. He works all day. So I have other people, success partners, my coach, that helps kick my butt to get me back in gear. You need somebody to do that. So I want you to tell me who that is, okay? So if you start to slip, and I know how bad you want this, I can talk to that person, whether it's your husband, your success partner, and say, hey, I don't know if you've noticed it, but, Christina's having a hard time with staying focused on her goals. Can you go give her a kick in the pants? Because it's my job as your mentor and your coach to make sure that I'm helping you reach your goals the best way that you can. And I need to know who those people are so that we can all help you remember what your goals are. Come July, whenever you didn't hit your goal by Summit and you're in a funk and you need to get out of a funk. I was in a funk last year. Right at the end of my first trimester, I was in a funk last year because I felt terrible. I could finally tell the world why I wasn't doing anything because I was pregnant. And I had let 2.5 months of my business slip away because I was sick. I felt terrible. I let those excuses get the best of me, and my business was in a lull. Okay? So I needed somebody to pull myself out of that and get back on track. Thank goodness I had those people to help me get back on track. So, and then the last thing, do you have a goal of being elite, premier, or top 10? I just need to know that so that whenever I have groups come down from our uplines saying like a push to an elite group, a push to premier group, push to top 10 group, I can get you in the specific groups to help you the right way to reach your goal. So that's why that question is on there. And if you answer yes to that, let me know, okay, yes, are you shooting for an elite? Are you shooting for premier? Or are you shooting for top 10? So answer yes. If you answer yes for that question, tell me which one, elite, premier, or top 10, so that I can help you the best way that we can. So questions on this form at all? I know I've already gotten a few back, which is great. You guys have any questions for me on this form? Let me see, I have a chat bar. Okay, good question, Joy. Elite and Premier. So we'll start with Premier. A Premier is a paid 2-star diamond coach, and you need to have so many elite points to get that. Once you become a diamond rank in this company, every month you get a report that is an elite report, and it breaks down, it tells you your rank in the company, and it tells you how close you are to earning the title of Premier or Elite, and it's different factors that they give you points for. So to be a Premier coach, you need 135 elite points. You need to be a 2-star diamond paid at the end of the year to be a 2016 Elite coach or Premier coach. For Elite coach, it is you need to be a paid 5-star diamond who has rank advanced at least 2 diamonds that year. And 135 elite points to earn the title of elite. So it's not just a rank. I don't want you to think that elite and premier are just, when I hit 5-star automatically, I'm an elite coach. That's not it. That's part of it. Rank is always part of it. It takes that leadership ladder and it uses that to really base it off of. But just generally speaking, premier is a 2-star diamond coach with X amount of elite points by the end of the year. An elite coach is a 5-star diamond coach with so many elite points by the end of the year. So just so you know what the groundwork is for that. And you can also FAQ that stuff, Joy, and then you and I can talk about the specifics of that on your goal call too, if you want more details on what those mean, for sure. Great. So we can talk more about that individually if we need to. But if you don't know what those are, ask me about it. If it's something that I know, we definitely have a few elite contenders on our team, premier contenders for sure, to help make that happen. So any other questions on this form before we kind of move on to SMART goals? Okay. So the here. I'm going to, where did I put our PowerPoint? There it is. Okay. So I want you guys, when you're doing this, to make your goals SMART. And if you're a teacher, you've heard this before. It's like the new thing, state mandated SMART goals and SMART targets and all those things. But it applies great. And it is actually a really great way to set goals for yourself. And what it does is it takes those goals and it takes them from just something you wrote down on a piece of paper, and it takes them to the next level for something that you're going to actually achieve. So a SMART goal has to be specific. What specifically do you want to do? All right. Measurable. How will you know when you've reached it? Is it in your power to accomplish it? Attainable? Is it realistic? Can you realistically achieve it? And when exactly do you want to accomplish it by? So let's say a specific goal. You could specifically say, I want to hit Success Club every single month. Take it a step further. I want to hit Success Club 10 every single month. Measurable. How will you know when you've reached it? Well, when you hit Success Club. Is it in your power to accomplish it? Absolutely, you can hit Success Club 10 every month. Now, if you say, I want to get 100 Success Club points every single month, that may not be a realistic or attainable goal. You could attain that goal, absolutely, but is it realistic to do it every single month? All right. Timely. When exactly do you want to accomplish it by? So great, you want to hit Success Club every single month. When? I want to hit Success Club 10 by the 15th every single month. Do you see how it takes that general goal of Success Club and really gives it measurable qualities to make sure it's happening? Okay. So I want you to think about your big overarching goal. So like if you have a goal to be a diamond coach, your goal should be, I need to get some working coaches, right? Well, how am I going to get working coaches? I need to hit Success Club every single month. I need to be posting about the business opportunity. I need to be making sure I'm providing amazing customer experience. Maybe I run my own 5-day sneak peek one month, and see how many people want to hear from me. Or maybe it's getting people in those sneak peek groups, making sure that I'm providing them with that leadership that they are after to have myself be a team leader on my own team. So think about what this goal is. If you need working coaches, how do you get them? And make those small, SMART goals underneath of that. If you're shooting for elite, you're going to need lots of working coaches, right? Because there's so many different factors that factor into elite. It's your coaches hitting Success Club. It's your volume. It's your team volume over time. All of those things factor into elite. So I want you guys to really think about how those goals will become a reality. Make them SMART. What specifically do you want to do? How will you know when you achieved it? Measurable. Are they attainable? Is it in your power to actually accomplish this? Realistic. Can you realistically achieve it? And when exactly do you want to accomplish it by? The timely manner. Okay, so think about, if you just say, I want to earn, I want to be a team leader on the leadership ladder. I want to be a team leader on the leadership ladder. That's not really a SMART goal, it's just a goal, because I want you guys to put a time on it. I want to be a team leader on the leadership ladder by Summit. I want to know I'll achieve it whenever I'm hitting all those caps. How will you know you achieve it? When you're making X amount of money a month, when you have so many coaches with Success Club points on the board, when you have so much team volume. Okay? How are you going to be able to do those things? Make them SMART. I really suggest as you're making your goals to cut them up halfway and halfway through the year. So if you know you're going to Summit, something to consider. They recognize coaches at Summit for your work. When you get to Summit, you have a name tag and you get all this swag. Okay, it's like graduation in college when you get all the cords. You're like, how many cords can I get? How many medals can I get to wear at graduation? It's the same type of thing with your Summit ribbons. You get, if you're a success starter, you get a ribbon. If your rank, you get a ribbon. All of those different things. How do you want to be recognized at Summit? If you're a star, diamond, and above, you get to walk across the stage at Summit as they read your name. That's pretty cool, right? So if you're like, I want to be recognized on stage, I want to walk across that stage at Summit. So that's your goal. I want to be able to walk across the stage at Summit. I need to be a 1-star diamond by then. What do I need to do to make it happen? So really think about your goals. And if you have questions about, how do I do those different things, let me know, and I'm going to help you do it. And that's why it's so important for you guys to fill out that form prior to us talking, so that I have an idea of what strategies to give you guys to implement. So after we have that initial one-on-one goal setting, you've submitted your form, we have our meeting, we're going to talk, I'm going to give you strategies, we're going to have a good game plan in place. Then we're going to meet again in January, and we're going to talk more about them to see what you're doing to help get you to those goals, okay? Because I'm going to tell you, the beginning part of your year in this business is going to be pretty easy. New Year's resolutioners. Now, don't sit back now and be like, oh, Allie said it's going to be easy. I don't have to do anything. No. It's going to be easy for people who do the work now. But know that come, the springtime, it's going to taper off a little bit. And it'll pick back up right around the start of summer. Then it's going to taper off whenever school starts to start. There are peaks and valleys to the year of this business. Okay? But I'm here to tell you, if you have measurable goals, that you have strategies to go hit and chase after, nothing will be able to stop you. Okay? So I really want you to dream big, and I want you to make sure that you are putting everything into these goals. So I don't have a call to action slide tonight, but your call to action is to please fill out the goal form, the goal worksheet. And I want you to please sign up for a time for a one-on-one. If you have hit Success Club this month, let me know what you would like for your prize, whether they're the hair ties or the 2 packets of E&E. Let me know what you need or what you would like. If you guys have questions on anything else, please post in our team page. It's a great place to post. I guarantee if you have the question, somebody else on our team has the same exact question. And you posting in the team page is just going to help the entire team. Let me check our chat real quick. You'll get off the wait list, Liesel, I promise. They have to designate so many spots to success starters, to all these things, and they always overestimate it. So you'll get off the wait list, I promise, to go to Summit. I promise. Do you guys have any questions for me about anything? I feel like I just kind of talked to you for 40 minutes. Any questions at all about anything? You guys can unmute too. Don't feel like you have to type. Coach Sneak Peek, I haven't gotten any applications. So if you have anybody in that Coach Sneak Peek group, don't hesitate to send them another message. I mean, it's crazy around the holidays. And remember, you can always send them the business opportunity call that I did. I'll post the updated version in our team files. I think I did, but I'll make sure I'll double check. You can always send them the business opportunity call. If they need a refresher, just say, let me know, or, do the if I would you. Hey, thank you so much for being a part of the 5-day sneak peek. I hope you were able to learn something that you really liked. If I were to send you a 30-minute video that kind of wraps up what the sneak peek was about, would you be willing to watch it? Okay. And then that gives you like the segue to give them that business opportunity call. Because in that business opportunity call, it's everything that I talked about in the sneak peek for a week in 30 minutes. And that is something that you can send them, and then it's never too late to get them on board. Coach training starts on the 4th. So we still have quite some time until that starts. Cameron Chisel group at the beginning of the new year. It kind of depends on the demand for it. So if we have a lot of people who are only doing hammer and chisel, I'd definitely be up for just doing hammer and chisel group, because the curriculum we're building right now I think is phenomenal. And we can go ahead and we can use that curriculum and go right into it. I would love to do another hammer and chisel group. If we have a need for it, absolutely. If not, we'll just do a general challenge group. Okay, so we have about 3. We'll see if we have any more. I know that there are a lot of us sharing it right now on our walls, and people, when they see your journey, just want to do what you're doing to see your results. I know as soon as we start posting some results, people are going to want to do even more. So know that the option's there. I'm flexible for it. I would think minimum we'd probably need about 7 to 10 people in the group, I would think, to have it be really, effective, I think, for it. Yeah, I mean, I'll admit my life has kind of gotten the best of me for the hammer and chisel group, because it's a big group of people in there. I would say comment on what you can. If you've missed a few days, I'm guilty, I've missed a couple days, don't feel like you have to go back and catch up on everybody. Just try to do what happened that day, because if you go back and catch up on everybody, it pings it to the top, and then people who checked in like that morning, they're getting lost in the feed. So if you end up missing a couple days, shake it off, get right back on track, go in and just comment on the days. I do encourage every single coach, if you have a smaller group, I know we have a couple groups with only like 10, 15 people in it, go comment on everybody's post. Make sure you're not just commenting on your challengers, and just make sure that you are supportive. I think our hammer and chisel group's doing fantastic. If you have some people who you're like, well, I have a challenger that I haven't heard from them at all, make sure you're reaching out to them personally, because it may, where we're like, this group is fantastic, it's energetic, there's lots of participation. Some people who are introverts are like, I can't handle that. So make sure you're just reaching out to your challengers one-on-one too, to help them along the way. So these are great questions, and it is overwhelming in there some days with all of the posts. So I would say if you end up missing a couple days in the groups, don't feel like you have to catch up on your post just because it's going to bury current things. Just brush it off, get right back on track. Okay, does that sound like a plan for everybody? All right, any other questions? These are good questions. Oh, E&E, that's a good question. It is energy and endurance. It's a pre-workout. So I've never used it because I've been pregnant and or nursing for like my entire coaching career. Does anybody have any, can somebody give us a testimony from an E&E user? Does anybody use E&E? No. I know Heather Eberhardt has, and I know lots of people have.
Hey, Allie, I'm on the phone.
Oh, good, Heather. I thought that was you.
It says. Yeah, I used to use E&E every day before I started hammer and chisel, and now I am doing Energize just because E&E, or just because hammer and chisel told me to. So I like both. E&E is a little bit grainier than Energize. Energize has a lot finer of a powder, and it's a little bit more intense. Like I can only handle half a scoop of Energize, whereas I can do a full scoop of E&E. But pretty similar if you've done Energize at all. but I still enjoy either or.
Great. Great. And what's great is, you know, it's packets. It's a couple packets, so you can try it out if you want. But yeah, it's a pre-workout formula. So it's just one thing, you know, I want you guys to be able to experience what the Beachbody products are, so that if you want, the more you experience them, the more you can speak from experience when you're talking to your customers. So that's why a lot of our incentives, if I'm able to, are based off of Beachbody products, so that you can talk from experience, talk from, you know, you're actually using them when you're talking to people. So yeah, I think I'd like, okay, yeah, absolutely, Lisa. I'll make sure I get that out to you for sure. So if do you guys have any other questions about anything in general before I let you guys get back to your Sunday night? All right, well, if you think of anything, let me know. If you haven't already signed up for a one-on-one call, go ahead and sign up for that. And if those times just don't work for you, shoot me over a personal message and we'll find a time that works for you. And like I said, I'm not going to hound you to sign up for a time. So just sign up for a time, because I want to help you guys, but I'm not going to hound you for it, because they're your goals, not mine. So I'll work with the willing for sure. If you guys don't have anything else, I will let you guys go. All right. Have a great rest of your night, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a Merry Christmas. Yay. Okay. Merry Christmas, guys. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.